Hi, welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. I really thought January was going to be like a good month. I wasn't going to be bringing a lot of stuff into my collection, and then bam, life is happening. So there's a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. Bandit has been we've been nursing Bandit from an injury. We don't know exactly what it is, but we think that he may have tore his CCL, which is his ACL, in both of his legs. So well wishes to him. This is going up on Saturday. Tuesday, when my next video goes up, we're actually going to be at a vet appointment getting some x-rays of his hind legs to see if he does need surgery or not. And I'm stressed out. I'm so stressed out about it. So there's been quite a few purchases that have snuck their way into my collection, but we also have quite a few things in my empties basket to chit chat about real quick. And I don't mean real quick, I mean it's probably gonna take a minute. So I'll leave some chapters in the video somewhere. We are gonna jump into what is in. I took a minute and reassessed my collection over the course of from when I did a large declutter to my inventory. I really did think about some items in my collection, think about if I was going to actually use them or if they're just there to take up space. And a lot of these were there to just take up space, it felt like. So I have a couple very expensive skincare products, and I'm truly gutted that these didn't work out for me because they were so expensive, and I tried them sporadically here and there, for periods of time. It just did not agree with my skin. These are the Sunday Riley serums. I have first the Good Genes lactic acid treatment. Same thing with the A+ retinoid. It wasn't really a purge. It was just a freak out for my skin. So these are just gonna go. I don't know. They just didn't do much for me, and I'm happy with my current skincare. The least exciting one, and something that I'm just not reaching for it at all, and I don't really like it anymore. That is something that I was project panning last year. This is the Milani Screen Queen Foundation. So I'm just not gonna wear this. It doesn't look good on my very dry tretinoin skin right now. So I am gonna just declutter this one out of my collection. It's fine. Another one that I actually didn't mind. I don't want it. I'm not going to reach for it. I like more neutral colors in cream highlights than fancy colors in cream highlights. This is the Ritual Defy Solaris highlight. This is the Rare Light Cream Luminizer. And if I'm going to do something like this, I just want a cream, a liquid kind of product to really mix in with my products. I can mix it with a moisturizer. I can mix a liquid with a foundation, concealer, that kind of thing. So this potted cream one was good in theory, just not in practice. And now that I swatch this is so pretty. No, I have 3 liquid highlights, and I prefer them over this one. This one's just not fitting a niche in my collection, so I'm ready to just declutter that one. Kind of similar vein, I am so unbelievably ready to declutter these. It's not even funny. These are the P. Louise Basic Brights Eye Paints. I bought these when I wanted to be more adventurous, and I thought that these were it. I was I'm wearing a lot of colorful eyeshadow. I want colorful bases to go with it. I just don't reach for them. Am I interested in panning it or not? I would not want to work on these if they were in a project. So that's kind of how I approached all of this. So just keeping that in mind. Then I have a lot of lip products that I'm just not interested in. Gonna just talk about, I guess, the most unexciting one first, and that is just a lip liner by Kylie. Actually, I have both Kylie products that came together. I got these for a gift with purchase from Ulta 2 years ago now, maybe 3 years ago, and it was when we were still in our apartment that I first filmed in. And now I'm just watching that, and I'm like, ooh, actually, that is really pretty. I think I'm going to keep the lip liner, actually. Ooh. But I am going to declutter the liquid lipstick because I just don't like liquid lipsticks. It's a pretty color. I just don't want to wear it. They're uncomfortable, and it's fine. Along the same veins, I have 2 other matte version liquid lipsticks. The first is this JOA Endless Longwear Lip Color in the shade Tasty. It's pretty. Again, it's a nice color. Same thing with the Kylie one. It's kind of like my perfect nude, if I'm being very honest. Like, I love that kind of shade nude. It's more orange based or warm based than like the Kylie one's very cool based. I like that kind of color. This one's one of those lipsticks where you, even if it's like dried down and you set your lips together, you can like feel them prying open, like from just being sticky with this on. So I'm not going to reach for this. Speaking of JOA, I'm actually going to be decluttering their Air Light lipstick. This was another one they sent me in the shade Sunset. I really like this color. I really don't mind, but I have a lot of lipsticks in this particular shade. So I just don't need to keep this one. Couple reds in my collection that I'm going to part ways with. The first one is this Kiko Milano Gossamer Emotion in the shade 116. If I'm a good editor, future me, maybe you'll put the shade name on, maybe you won't, who knows. But this is just a really bright red, and I don't gravitate towards reds that are more orange based. I'm definitely a cool tone red kind of gal. Same regard with this. It's basically the exact same color, just in a different formula. This was a gift from Haley, so I am sorry, Haley, that I'm decluttering this, but part of me wants to keep it and move it to my cream blushes. I might try it that way in the summer before I like officially declutter it, but this is going to be in like a purgatory stage at this point. Then I'm also going to be decluttering this Sailor Moon Ultra Blotted Lip. I'm really dry right now with Trenton Owen. Even my lips are getting dry. Like I don't put the treatment anywhere near my lips yet. My lips are so dehydrated. Everything is dehydrated. So that is this guy here. It's another very similar, like bright kind of color. It always made me feel very clownish when I would wear it, so I'm just going to declutter it. It's not a super opaque. It's one of their blotted lip formulas, so it was never really opaque, and I just don't know how I felt about it. One that actually pains me because I really like the formula of this is the Dose of Colors. I want to say these were the satin matte lipsticks. I could be totally wrong. These are long discontinued. This is in the shade Butterscotch, and it is unbelievably pale. This is very concealer lips for me. It's a very light nude shade. I probably could use this as a cream bronzer. I don't feel like it though. Which this is, if you're unfamiliar, a magnetic palette from Tarte. This is their camo, like small one. This is housing what is left of my Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. This doesn't excite me anymore. Like I've put some really solid work in. Me and past me have finished 3 shades in the Heavy Metal palette with it in this format, but I'm not interested at all in finishing or hitting pan in any of the remaining shades. Another one, Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I no longer support Anastasia Beverly Hills, so I'm really trying to get the products that I do have out of my collection. This one is the Prism palette. Oh my gosh, yeah, just dig your finger right into the blue shade. That is fantastic. I don't want to pan it. I don't want to hit pan in anything else. I'm just done. I'm over it. This, to me, was the sister to this palette, though. I'm going to hold this up, and there's nothing in it. There's absolutely nothing in it. I know I did not finish this. I finished the majority of it, so really I'm counting this in my empties. I'm counting this towards my empties. I did try to repress these shades into other pans of eyeshadow just so I could like not have to have this palette and just have them in singles that I would finish up. They crumbled. I like dry pressed it and it just wouldn't stay. We're done. I worked on her for 2 years. Like dedicated for 2 years and 3 months, and I am okay with this amount of usage. Like, but those are declutters, and then we're segueing into empties. So my Pan That palette is the biggest elephant in the room with my empties. I'm happy about this. Again, didn't finish at least 1 shade. It's totally fine. Then I'm gonna start, or I guess we're gonna talk about the other exciting thing, and that is this guy. So I may have had this in my year-long project pan before I stopped posting last year to finish this up, and it took me in like 6 months to finish what was left, which was about half of this bottle. And this is only the 1.6 fluid ounce. It smells like coffee and like vanilla. It's incredible. Really enjoyed this. Another one that was in my year-long project pan last year that I don't know, I have no idea when I updated. If I updated, maybe it might have been updated once because this has 2 line markings on it. This is the Biossance Squalene plus Copper Peptide Rapid Plumping Serum. This sucker broke me out on my face, so I did not use it on my face at all. There's some very recent empties in here. I ended up finishing this Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Now, I did get this as gratis from Ulta, and truthfully, this may have had product in it. However, I tried to remove the stopper to get more product out, and it's like, there's definitely product in, but it kind of just, to me, looks like a booger. That is really gross to me. So, I'm going to be parting ways with this one. I'm also counting this finish. This is the 𝙀𝙗 product that I truly liked. This was one that 𝙀𝙗 sent me. This is the Line Up liner. This is in brown. This is like an espresso brown. It just says brown. Two items that I was working on for a while. I didn't really like them. I liked them more than their setting spray that was sent with these. These are the field trip products that were sent from Influencer for review, which I don't think I ever reviewed. But this was the moisturizer. I actually really enjoyed this one, but I don't like the packaging on these field trip products. They're just kind of awkward, so I wouldn't repurchase. It was okay. The eye cream they had is this guy here. It comes on a little roller ball thingy. It was just okay. I also finished this guy here, which was just a little baby sample guy. This is the Coats Face Moisturizer, lightly tinted, SPF 35. This was really nice. It had a very like primer, like dimethicone feel to it. I bought this when Josh and I started dating so I could have a hair product at his house. This is the Living Proof Restore Instant Repair Complete Breakage Solution. Oh my gosh, I forgot that in this video we have to talk about my purchases. So I have all of my purchases written down on my iPad to make this so much easier for me. So I have my purchases listed like in order of like when I purchased them. I have monetary values. I have if I used coupon codes, if I redeemed points. I have it all written down for us. The first purchase I made on January 10th was with Adept Cosmetics. So this was inspired by Leah. I will have her down in the description box below, but she does incredible eye look. Like I'm always inspired by her eye looks, and she had this palette. I can't remember what video I saw it in, but she turned the palette and I saw a shift I've never seen shift before in a video, and I knew I needed it. That is the Adept Heather Austin palette, and I actually used this for the first time today. Like this shade in particular is the one that I saw that I was like, I need this. So in my viewfinder right now, it's yellow. It's like a nice gold, but when I look at it this way, it is a green shade that's just so delectable. Like maybe you can see it right in the mirror down here, how that reflect is now like lime green, not yellow. It's just incredible. So I am super excited to have this guy in my collection. So I bought this palette, and because I was like, well, I'm placing an order, I might as well just get everything that I possibly wanted. So I ended up buying two other palettes at the same time. So I have been watching my eyeshadow, oh my gosh, eyeshadow junkie at heart. Her name is Dana. She's on Instagram. She has the Minka palette. She's worn it in a few of her stories, and I freaking loved it. Every single time I saw it, I was like, I need it. So that is this guy here. It's just like a molten metallic dream with like a couple like purples, mauves. Then the other one was the, I'm gonna mispronounce this, 𝙤𝙤. That is, I'll have the spelling, but this is this guy here, and I just couldn't say no to it. So I ended up I bought these two in a bundle, and then the Minka separately. I ended up using BNBY Lauren's discount code. I ended up getting my hair done this past month, and I wanted to buy some things to make sure my hair was still in like tip-top condition. So my stylist recommends the Color Extends Magnetics Conditioner from Redken. So I wanted to get this guy. I already have plenty of shampoos that I need to go through, so I really only needed a new conditioner. I'm just about done with my current Pureology conditioner. I also purchased this guy. Oh, mind you, the Jumbos had the Ulta's Jumbo Love event, so these were all discounted as well. Both of these were $32.99, the Redken one and this one. This is the Tea Tree Special Color Shampoo. I love this shampoo. I have a little mini guy that I have been using, and it really is, they explain that it's invigorating anti-fade cleanser. It is invigorating. It is it feels like minty, tingly goodness on your scalp, and I need that right now because I have been suffering from some dandruff. Then I ended up buying, I needed a new hand soap for our kitchen, so I just grabbed one that was on sale. If you don't know, the Ulta hand soaps are pretty nice, but only get the foaming ones because the gel, regular, liquid hand soaps, those dispensers, it's like this kind of dispenser where it's like a push one. Those things, you will push down with your hand in front of it and it will just shoot off to wherever it wants to. And then I fell in love with these. I ended up getting this as the birthday gift last year. These are the Beauty Bio Depuffing and Brightening Eye Gels. I loved these, but probably not the right purchase for me for right now because my tretinoin skin, everything just hurts. That was all on my January 12th purchase. And then I did end up redeeming 1,750 points of Ulta points. So I only really paid $2.11 for all of that stuff, which makes me very happy. It's every 2 days. This is embarrassing. So on the 14th, I ended up, as you can see, I'm really into these more colorful liners anymore. And I have these cake liner palettes, and I have been really interested in other colors of eyeliner, but I don't really want to do liquid eyeliners because those dry out and I don't get to use them as quickly as I want to, that kind of thing. So I ended up purchasing from Glisten Cosmetics a split pan liner bundle. I'm going to have a picture here of the bundle that I ended up grabbing. It's just the rainbow split pan. So I wanted every color of the rainbow that wasn't pastel and wasn't in a metallic. Then on the 15th, the very next day, I ended up purchasing I made another purchase at Ulta because there was a bonus where if you spent $15 on Ulta products, you end up getting extra points or something like that. So I ended up purchasing that day things that I needed, things that I didn't need, things that I wanted to try. I have been struggling with my dry skin, and I ended up watching one of Jessica Panana's. I will have her linked in the description box below. I can't remember exactly. I think it was her year-long Project Pan January update. She was talking about how on her very dry skin, because she's on Accutane right now, she's been using powder foundations, and it has looked fantastic on her. And my foundations have looked like trash on me. So I wanted to grab a powder foundation by Ulta, which I did end up grabbing. I want to do trying new makeup, and I'll use this in there. But I ended up getting this, and I even bought the wrong type of product. This is technically the matte finishing powder in the shade Light Neutral. So we'll see if it's a foundation for me. I don't know. Hoping that it is. I also ended up purchasing another one of my matte eye primers in the Ulta Beauty one. This is my favorite eye primer, and not that I really needed another one, but I know I don't like my P. Louise white base, so every day to work I wear this one, so it's going pretty quickly, so I just wanted to grab another one. This was on sale for $6. Then what kind of stemmed the whole purchase was me wanting to try this mascara. Haven't even opened it yet. This is the Twisted Volume Maximum Performance Mascara. It has a applicator, at least the pictures of the applicators at Ulta. This applicator looks like the perfect one for me. I really like rubber bristle. I like something that's really just defining my lashes, and I'm interested in the fact that you can click it for different types of looks. So again, if you want to see testing new makeup, let me know if you want to see me test this guy out. Ulta does these yellow ticket sales, so items that aren't typically sold in their home stores go on these yellow ticket specials where they're 50% off and then 75% off and then 90% off. So I ended up grabbing a couple things while they were 50% off of their yellow ticket price. They were $7.50 each after the discount. I ended up getting a satin silk sleep bonnet. This thing has been game changing for my hair. I have visibly less flyaways. My hair is shinier, softer, and doesn't get oily as fast. Definitely check out your Ulta Beauty to see if they have the satin bonnets. Then I also grabbed a shower cap because you can never not need a shower cap. The total for that purchase was $31.50. All right, and then on the 18th, I ended up making another Ulta purchase, and I know, like, come on, slow your roll, Laura, but here we are at the end of the month with all these purchases. So my stylist also was mentioning something about thermal rollers to me, and I looked for them at work. We didn't have them, and I found a random one of them in a box somewhere in the back room. So I ended up grabbing some rollers so I could just kind of create an extra volume. I don't know how I'm bad with rollers. I need to experiment more. But I ended up swatching this at work, and it lived rent-free in my mind for a couple weeks until I ended up purchasing it. This is the newest Buxom Plump Liner in the shade Savvy Sienna. This is beautiful. I am not wearing this today, but this is beautiful. Purchase for these guys, I ended up using 700 Ulta points, and I ended up paying $2.75 for those. So not terrible by any means. Making my final Ulta purchase on January 19th. Yes, I know, a day apart from all of these. It's excessive, but there's been some products that my store doesn't carry that have been living rent-free in my head for a couple weeks, and I figured I have still a ton of Ulta points to spend, and it's January. It's time for me to like re-up my makeup, get excited about things again, and here we are. So kicking it off, not makeup related, I ended up buying a purple hair dye. It's the Arctic Fox in Violet Dream to mix in with the rest of my Pureology conditioner to make a color depositing hair mask for myself because I like that Buxom Plump liner in Savvy Sienna. I ended up purchasing another one in the shade, oh my gosh, what are you? Hush Hush Henna. It's a little bit lighter than the Savvy Sienna. I'll show you them side by side so you can kind of like similar vibe, different color. I also ended up grabbing this guy. I've heard no one talk about this, like absolutely no one talk about this. And it's like kind of intrigued me for a while. And I swatched it on my hand for a guest at work, and I think I would actually like this one. This is the NYX Plump Right Back Electrolyte Primer thing, I guess. So I thought that this might be a good one to test and try. So I am excited to see how I like this one. Again, let me know if you want to do trying new things video. I should have put this in a little bit better order, but I just went off of the list that my order was. So I also ended up grabbing another one of these Tarte tubing mascaras. I just grabbed a mini in this. This is my absolute favorite mascara. Then I also, this is a lip liner haul, I feel like. This purchase, I had a lot of lip liners in this. I ended up also grabbing an Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner. This is in the shade Rosy Nude. This is pretty similar to these Buxom ones. Like, did I need to get another one? Then I also ended up grabbing this guy. This was another one that I swatched at work and couldn't stop thinking about. So this is the Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Polish in the shade Whitney. I have not once put this on my lips, and maybe we'll do that in this video together. She's cute. She's cute. She's so pretty. It just adds a nice shine. Remember that video? I think it was my makeup inventory, how I was like, I don't wear a lot of lipsticks, so I have no business with lipsticks. Tell me why I ended up purchasing 4 separate lipsticks in this purchase. But I was curious about this guy. This is the Tarte Maracuja Lip Cream. This is in the shade Soft Rose, that guy there. We don't have the minis at work of this, at least not yet, and I was very curious about the formula of this and really only wanted a mini because a mini is like a decent amount of product for this kind of thing. This I've already worn at least once. I've worn it once. It kind of has a similar texture to the Rare Beauty lip soufflés, like those, or like the NYX Smooth Whip cream lipsticks, the ones that look like this style from Rare Beauty. Then I also ended up grabbing this guy. This is a new mascara from Milani. This is their highly rated lash extension tubing mascara, and Let me tell you why I ended up purchasing this is because it reminded me of the applicator in the Tarte tubing mascara. So, like, look at that. That is almost identical, isn't it? Something that I'm a little bit disappointed in already. I am wearing it on my lips today in this like 4 or 5 lip product lip look. It's like very excessive. Is this guy here. This is the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Finish Lip Definer. And I just expected this to be slightly darker than the shade that I ended up getting. This is in the shade Chai Nude, which I kind of thought was going to be a little bit darker online. When I think Chai, and even like the pictures that I saw, it just looked deeper than what it is. I have this like colored the center of my lip in because it's very pale. It's a very pale pink. Like this to me does not say Chai at all. I also ended up grabbing not 1, not 2, but 3 Hourglass cream lipsticks. I grabbed the shades Lotus. So it's what I have on the outer portions of my lips today, the shade Lotus. I have also grabbed the shade Alpine, which I ended up wearing yesterday. Maybe I have a picture. I don't know if I took a picture of my eye look. So maybe I'll have a picture of what this lipstick looks like on me. Maybe I won't. Who knows? And then this is the one I'm talking about in red. So I don't like a warm orange-based red. I love a cool blue red. This is my bread and butter of a lip shade. This is Red Zero, and it was in like limited edition red packaging. Also, the Hourglass packaging is incredibly luxurious. Like you have the H with the bunny, their logo there. It's like slightly out of the component. Oh, it's just so, and then it's magnetic. Would I ever recommend spending $38 on bullet lipsticks thrice in a row? No, but if you're looking for a very, very luxurious lipstick experience, definitely pick up a pair. And then probably my favorite thing out of this entire purchase ends up being this guy. Now, I hemmed and hawed about picking this up for over a month, like an actual month. I thought about this. And I kind of was like, no, I don't need it. I just bought a bunch of eyeshadow palettes. I really don't need it. And I've fallen in love with this palette. This is the Pinker Times Ahead palette by Too Faced. Now, this is my first Too Faced palette. I've only had the Too Faced glitter primer. And then I've had the Born This Way concealer and the jelly highlight thing. Do you remember that? It had like gummy bears on it. I panned that in my first project pan years and years and years ago and loved it. So I figured, you know, now is a great time to try a Too Faced palette. And I think what really did it for me was the fact that I'm still kicking myself. I'm still kicking myself for not getting the Stoned Vibe palette from Urban Decay. And this has shades that have that marbling and look so incredible like the Stoned Vibes palette did. And I'm so happy I picked this up. I have gotten countless compliments whenever I wear this to work. I get compliments on it every single time I wear it. I post on Instagram, people compliment me. Like, this has been a really, really great palette, and I've really enjoyed reaching for it. I am wearing this on my eyes today. The only thing is the shade names aren't on the actual, this side of the palette. They're on the back and on the packaging. Like, look how pretty this is. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. But yeah, that is all of the purchases that I made through January. Now, for this last purchase, I ended up redeeming 3,750 Ulta points, which ended up making my total for this entire purchase. Like, that was a lot of products that we just talked about for one purchase. That purchase was only $9.10. So even if I'm like, I got this for $9.10, I'm fine with it. So that brings my total spent in January of purchases for like beauty related purchases, $232.51. That is a lot. That's a lot of money to spend in 1 month on just like frivolous beauty purchases. Makeup is stuff that expires. Skincare is stuff that expires. I will say my largest purchase was by far the Adept cosmetic palettes. this is something that I would just splurge on, and then now I'm good for the year. So I think for February, I'm really going to try to limit my purchases. I'm not going to say like a no buy, because doing like a strict no buy and like setting that kind of rigid rule for myself doesn't work for me. But I would like to see myself have no more than 2 purchases, like 2 separate transaction purchases, and then trying to keep it under $100 total. Send well wishes if you can for Bandit. He is, again, possibly having to get surgery. He's going to have x-rays in a couple days after this goes up. He'll have x-rays on Tuesday, the 31st. So just send the well wishes and the good vibes his way. Let me know any purchases. If you guys have made any purchases this month, I would love to know what standout products you had. Again, my standout product is this beauty. Cannot recommend it enough. If anyone wants to see a 3 looks 1 palette on any of these 3 palettes, I am more than happy to film it. I would say probably the Pinker Times Ahead would be my number 1 that I would want to film, just because one, it's a little bit, it's not a little bit, it's a much more affordable palette than these Adept ones, and it's more readily available, I think, for a large amount, like a large mass of people. This one's easier to come in across than those Adept ones, but I would be totally down to do whatever you guys want to see. I am more than happy to film it and put it out there for you. I would love you guys to leave me a dog or cat emoji in the comment section below if you made it to the very end of this very long video. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe. I hope that the world is kind to you and you are having a great 2023. Don't forget to be kind to yourself this year. Just take everything with a grain of salt kind of thing. But thank you guys for sticking around, watching my channel, supporting my channel as you guys always do. I truly appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to talking to you in my next video. Bye! One thing I've been wanting to see for the entirety of my Pan Those Eyeshadows project is just peeling this off and looking at how disgusting my palette is compared to how it was. That's gross. Like, that was the color it used to be.